Krampus is a horned anthropomorphic figure described as half a goat and half a demon, who during the Christmas season punishes children who have misbehaved, in contrast with St. Nicholas, who rewards the well-behaved with gifts. Krampus is one of the companions of St. Nicholas in several regions, including Austria, Bavaria, Croatia, the Czech Republic, Hungary, Northern Italy, Slovakia, and Slovenia. The origin of Krampus is unclear, with some folklorists and anthropologists suggesting it have pre-Christian origins. Krampus celebrations still happen annually in most alpine towns. Lalachuzha, which means owl, tells of the witch bird. At one time, the owl was a woman who practiced black magic, and after her witchcraft was discovered, she was killed by angry neighbours, but came back in the form of a human-sized owl with a woman's face to seek revenge and torment the living. She is said to live in the woods, and lure passing victims with her coos and cries, before carrying them to her nest to eat. The story of the Kelpie tells of a treacherous water devil who lurks in lakes and rivers. Most often, the creature takes on the form of a young horse, and when a visitor stops by to have a rest or a drink, he may spot the horse and be drawn in to ride it. The Kelpie then dives deep into the water, with the passenger still on its back, drowning the victim. According to this tale, the Chinese New Year began with a fight against the beast Nian. It had the body of a bull and the head of a lion. Nian lived in the mountains but would come down to nearby villages on the first day of every new year to satisfy his hunger with crops, livestock and even people. People believed by leaving food outside of their front doors that the Nian would spare their life. They soon learned that the Nian was scared of the colour red, fire and loud noises. This influenced villagers to hang red lanterns and scrolls from their doors and windows, and would also set off firecrackers to keep him away. The Dullahan is an Irish legend of a headless man that is the foreteller of death. He rides a black horse with flaming eyes and carries his head under one arm. He does not come to warn, but rather to kill. People say he can simply speak your name for death to follow, and wherever he chooses to stop, a nearby mortal dies. For smaller punishments, some say he throws buckets of blood on passing people, and may strike you blind. Many accounts of different versions of these stories exist, with it widely debated where the true origin comes from. Oni Baba are considered to be women who have been turned to demons or Oni as a result of karma and resentment, with the younger ones called Kaijo and the ones that look like old ladies called Oni Baba or Demon Hag. Oni Baba often appear in Japanese legends, folk tales, fairy tales and the performing arts. Oni Baba is a legend of tragedy set in Kyoto, Japan. A wealthy couple had a sickly baby girl and nothing could cure her, so they desperately confronted a fortune teller who told of a sinister cure. He told them, if you feed the liver of an unborn fetus to your child, she will be cured. Unable to find a willing volunteer, she waited for years in a cave, until one day she saw her target walking alone. Jumping upon the woman, she cut open her stomach and hacked the liver from the unborn baby. It was then she noticed the amulet that she was wearing. It was her child and grandchild that she had killed. To this day, it is reported that she waits in the cave to attack anybody unlucky enough to pass by. Ryzolka is a female spirit in Slavic mythology and folklore. Before the 19th century, they came out of the water in the spring to transfer life-giving moisture to the fields and thus help nurture the crops. And in versions after the 19th century, a Ryzolka is an unquiet, dangerous being who is no longer alive and associated with the unclean spirit. According to Dmitry Selenin, they are created by young women who either committed suicide by drowning due to an unhappy marriage or were violently drowned against their will. It is also believed that they can change their appearance to match the taste of men that they are about to seduce. Sergat is a minor demon mentioned in the grimoire of Pope of Honorius. The Secrets of Solomon, and the Grimoire Verum. He is listed as Sergat, who opens all locks. His angel opposite is Aquil. Honorius is famous among popes for deliberately doing ceremonies to summon demons so he could banish them back down to hell. Apparently, he did this as preparation to fight Satan at any time, and demons were his training partners. Sergat earns his place on this list as he was the one demon that could not be shaken or contained. Samael, known as the Venom of God, the Poison of God, or the Blindness of God, is an important archangel in Talmudic or post-Talmudic law. A figure who is an accuser, seducer, and destroyer, and is regarded as both good and evil. He is considered in Talmudic texts to be a member of the heavenly hosts. One of his greatest roles in Jewish laws is that he is the main archangel of death. He remains one of God's servants, even though he condemns the sins of man. Samael is also known as one of the 7 archangels. Pontianak is a female vampiric ghost in Malay mythology. The Pontianak, also known as Mantianak or Kuntilanak, are said to be spirits of women who died while pregnant. This is despite the fact that the earliest recordings in Malay law describe the ghost as originating from a stillborn child. They are usually depicted as pale-skinned women with long black hair, red eyes, and a white dress smeared with blood. A Pontianak kills her victims by digging into their stomach with long, sharp fingernails and devouring their organs. To fend her off, a nail should be plunged into the hole of the nape of her neck.